Right now, somewhere inside your skull, millions of neurons are starving. They are coated in metabolic sludge, drowning in insulin resistance, and struggling to fire the signals that give you clarity, focus, and the ability to think like you did 10 years ago. That afternoon brain fog you've accepted as normal, that is not aging. That is a nutritional emergency happening at the cellular level. And what I'm about to show you is the neuroscience-backed protocol that dissolves it like sunlight burning through toxic smog. 16 hours. That's all it takes to flip a switch in your brain that most people don't even know exists. When you fast for 16 hours, something extraordinary happens inside your neurons, and a groundbreaking study from the National Institute on Aging confirmed it. Your brain begins producing massive amounts of a protein called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Scientists literally call it miracle grow for your brain. BDNF doesn't just protect existing neurons, it triggers the growth of entirely new neural connections. It strengthens synapses. It enhances memory consolidation. It is the single most powerful natural cognitive enhancer your body can produce, and most people have never activated it because they've never gone 16 hours without eating. But here's why this matters so much more than anyone is telling you, and this is the part that should shake you awake. If you've spent years eating processed carbohydrates and spiking your blood sugar every 3 hours, your brain's glucose transport system is damaged. A landmark study in the journal Neurology showed that even pre-diabetic levels of insulin resistance impair glucose uptake in the brain by up to 40%. Your neurons are sitting in a sea of blood sugar they literally cannot absorb. They are surrounded by fuel they cannot use. That is why you feel foggy. That is why you can't concentrate past 2 in the afternoon. Your brain is energy starved in the middle of a glucose flood. Now, here's where fasting performs what can only be described as a biological miracle. And this is the mechanism that blew my mind when I first read the research. Around the 12 to 16 hour mark of a fast, your liver begins converting fatty acids into molecules called ketone bodies, specifically beta-hydroxybutyrate. And these ketones do something glucose cannot. They bypass the broken insulin-dependent transport system entirely. They walk straight through an alternative doorway in your neurons called MCT transporters. No insulin required. It's like finding a secret entrance to a building when the front door has been welded shut. Suddenly, your brain has access to premium, clean-burning fuel that it has been locked out of for years, maybe decades. A groundbreaking paper published in the journal Cell Metabolism showed that neurons running on ketones produce significantly more ATP, that's raw cellular energy, with less oxidative damage than neurons running on glucose, less metabolic exhaust, more power output. Your brain on ketones is not just getting fed, it is getting an upgrade. But the benefits stack even deeper than energy, and this is what makes 16-hour fasting a legitimate neural renovation protocol. When BDNF surges during a fast, it activates a process called synaptic plasticity, your brain's ability to rewire itself. A landmark study from Johns Hopkins University demonstrated that fasting-induced BDNF strengthens the exact neural circuits involved in learning, emotional regulation, and executive function. You are not just clearing brain fog, you are literally rebuilding your brain's hardware. And here's the part most people never connect. When you eat every 3 hours like mainstream nutrition tells you to, you are suppressing BDNF production around the clock. Insulin spikes directly inhibit BDNF. A study in the journal Diabetology confirmed that people with chronically elevated insulin have significantly lower BDNF levels and measurably worse cognitive performance. Every snack, every sugary coffee, every so-called healthy granola bar is actively preventing your brain from accessing its own repair and growth program. The advice to eat 6 small meals a day is not just wrong for your waistline, it is neurologically catastrophic. Now think about what this means. For years, maybe decades, you have been told that skipping meals is dangerous, that your brain needs constant glucose, that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and the entire time, the exact opposite was true. Your brain was designed to perform at its absolute peak in a fasted state. Our ancestors didn't hunt with full stomachs. They tracked prey across savannas with laser focus, powered by ketones and BDNF, the same molecules your body is ready to produce right now if you simply stop feeding it for 16 hours. This is not a diet. This is a neurological unlock. You are not depriving your brain. You are finally giving it the conditions it evolved to thrive in. The fog lifts, the clarity hits, the processing speed returns. Not in weeks. People report feeling the shift after their very first 16-hour fast. If this just rewired how you think about your own brain, smash that like button right now and subscribe immediately. I am delivering the neuroscience that the cereal companies and snack food industry pray you never discover. Share this with someone who has been living in brain fog and blaming their age. It was never their age. It was their meal timing. Your brain isn't declining. It's been locked out of its own fuel. And today, you just found the key.